What is up, everyone? My name is Joseph, back at it. Today, we have some very, very big Nintendo news. Over the past 8 years, we have all, for the most part, enjoyed the amazing system known as the Nintendo Switch. Anyone who knows me knows if you see Joseph, he's probably got his Switch on him. Wherever he's at, he's got his Switch. Some might call it excess. To me, I just like having it around. It's portable. That's why I have it. Well, today we have gotten the final Nintendo Switch Direct. And we're going to be going through that today, doing a little analysis, going over what's been announced. I apologize that this isn't a live stream reaction. I had some crazy reactions this morning to some of the things announced. The Switch 2 announcement next week, I am definitely going to be live for that. I was working today. I made sure for that. I will not be. But yeah, look forward to that in the future. But let's dive into this Direct. I believe that it was a very fitting Direct for a console going into its 8th year of life. And I 100% believe that these games are going to be on the Switch 2. I just want to put that out there. There is something on the Nintendo website that made me realize that, and we'll go over that in a little bit. But yeah, so the Direct starts out with showing off Dragon Quest 3, showing off Erdrick, and then going and showing some Dragon Quest 2, which I'm very 1 and 2, the thing which I'm very excited for, the remake remaster. Hinted at that it's a reimagining. I'm not going to show the whole trailer, but it did get announced. They show off some beautiful gameplay here. And I don't think we get to the new character yet. It just shows off some of the Dragon Quest 1. Screw it. We'll show the whole thing. Yeah, this game, the third one was so beautiful and amazing. I just can't wait for this one. I actually haven't played 2. I've played 1, and I've played 3 in the 3 remaster now. But here we go. It looks so good. This is a new character, I'm pretty sure. I don't believe she was in the original 2. And there she is. I've been told that other guy right there is her brother, from what people are guessing. So it's twins for the prince and princess. But yeah, Dragon Quest 1 and 2. You saw it go from 3 to 1 and 2. It looks so good. It really does. 2025. We knew that. We got Takahashi coming out. He's talking more about Dragon Quest 2 and 3. Yeah. He did mention the Switch 2 Direct next week. Like I said, big hype. Most of the announcements probably got, like, the big... We don't see any Zelda. We don't see any Mario. They got saved for next week. But he goes through this a little more. It's like, oh, who's this new character? What's she going to be doing? All that kind of stuff. Next, they announced... I believe this is just all the different stuff. It's called No Sleep for Kaname Dot. That one looks pretty interesting. Basically, he's got an AI in his brain, or in his eye, and he goes through. It's a little kind of Layton type game. It looks pretty good. The next one is Raida Remastered, Mystery of the Soulless Army. I personally don't have any interest from this, but I did see online that a lot of people are really excited for this game. And I can understand why. It looks pretty good. It reminds me, honestly, of Persona, just based on the trailer. Given that I don't know anything about the series. It does look pretty good. But like I said, we're just going to skip through that. The next one, right here, was probably the biggest surprise in the Direct for me. Like, there's other things that got announced that blew my mind, but this was probably the biggest surprise that I saw in the Direct. I was telling everyone about it at work. I was like, guys, Pac-Man, as you can tell by the orb there, I just probably shouldn't. But yeah, we'll watch it. We're going to watch the whole thing for this. At first I thought, oh shit, is this a Metroid game? Shadow Labyrinth. What's going on? Oh, Puck, that's Pac-Man. Huh. It's a Metroidvania with Pac-Man. Absolutely insane. So yeah, you literally just go through the game. Here you go, and you turn into Puck. Absolutely insane. Metroidvania type gameplay. And then right here, you guys just fuse into a mech. And he just eats it. It's beautiful. I'm really excited for this game. You got upgrades, stuff like that, obviously. And then, oh, right here, you just entirely eat it. Dark twist on Pac-Man. I love it. Funny story about this. When it was first announced, I spelled it wrong. And I typed in Shadow Labyrinth. And a bunch of OnlyFans girls came up. It was pretty funny. I was standing there with my 40-year-old coworker trying to show him. Because he likes older games. And I was like, oh, shoot, dude. I was not meaning to search that on Twitter. Yeah, so Patapon 1 and 2 got announced. I've honestly never heard about that, but I know a lot of people on Twitter are excited for that. Everyone's got the games they're excited for. This just doesn't do it for me. Next, we have Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. It's another type of Animal Crossing looking game from what I've seen. After that, we're getting into the cream of the crop here, in my opinion. The cream of the crop. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond finally is here. And that it will be launching this year. So excited for this. It looks so good. Look at this. I'm just gonna sit back. We're gonna take a peek. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I've been waiting for this game since they announced it, 2018, 2019? And then they restarted development, and it's finally getting released this year. Samus's new suit, by the way, with the purple on the orange, looks so good. I am gonna miss the orange or the white on the suit from Dread. But it just looks so good. I mean, it takes place a long time before Dread, assuming it's in the same part of the timeline, but look at this. Switch 2 version, all but confirmed, in my opinion. I believe they'll do a Switch 2 version. I do like the new gimmicks that they introduced. Well, scanning's been in it, but here we go. I'm not gonna lie, I watched this originally while working, so I didn't get too, I didn't pay too much attention. But this suit looks so good. New aliens, I'm assuming. I don't remember those from the older ones. They could have been in it. I don't remember them. But look at that. Looks so good. There are some new gameplay features that I'll get to in a second. It's just showing off enemies, all that stuff. Here's the new feature. The new gimmick. Interested to see how they do the storyline for the new psychic power type thing. They're doing some puzzle platformer esque type things. This is crazy right here. Being able to shoot out I think that was a missile, and then just control where it goes, who it hits. That's crazy. And then Chosen One. It's gonna go through some Chozo lore. I'm always open to learning more about the Chozos. There we go with the spear mode. Here she is turning stuff. I'm assuming opening something. That was a tease at something, definitely. Right there. Doesn't show us what, but there's some mech type thing there. A Metroid taking over something. Looks like a Moldolga. And wait for it. 2025, but wait for it. We place our faith in you. Chosen One. And then right here. Insane. Look at that. The red. Freaking the red suit with the purple looks so good. I'm so excited for this game. I'm gonna be getting it on launch. He's like, oh yeah, more stuff's happening, more enemies. He does a little. I don't think they show anything new. Just her using the new psychic power to do the scenes from the trailer again. Here they show off a new Disney game. I think it's Villains Cafe or something. It reminds me of a Cafe remix for Pokemon. They introduced this game Witchbrook. It's a college sim. Kind of reminds me of Stardew Valley. Here we have The Eternal Life of Goldman. It's THQ Nordic. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention to this game when they first showed it, but yeah. Gradius Origins, I'm pretty sure it's a collection of all their different arcade games. I'm gonna be honest, I've never played any of these. But it's got, oh, that's cool. Japanese, old, new, Asia, Japanese American show version. Salamander 3, cool. Yeah, they're all pretty interesting. Continuing on, I'm not gonna lie, very first glance with this game, I thought it was Animal Crossing, and I about fell out my seat. Then I realized, oh, this is not Animal Crossing. This is Tamagotchi, not to be confused with Tamagotchi. But next we have the other thing I was waiting for. I wasn't expecting Pokemon to get shown in this Direct. I was expecting, if anything, for it to be next week. But I wasn't expecting to get news so soon after the initial reveal last month. Exactly a month ago today. Or not initial reveal, but the initial gameplay game reveal, aside from just the very brief, oh, Legends EA, boom. No gameplay. In February of 2024. I was expecting to get a Pokemon Direct in maybe May, or at the very least for it to be shown, like I said, in the Switch 2 Direct. That said, I didn't expect it to get shown today, much less an overview trailer, which is exactly what we got. They go through showing some different Mega Evolutions, some different Pokemon, Meowstic, Mega Gallade. Interesting that they do show Mega Salamence and then Mega Gallade. I do think I saw somewhere that in the promotional stuff on the site or on Twitter or something, that the file, the image file for Mega Salamence was titled Roaring Moon. But there's definitely ties there. We might get some lore. I don't think we will. We might. Who knows? Maybe it was just, oh, cool, Scarlet and Violet. We're going to show off Mega Salamence and Mega Gallade because Roaring Moon and Iron Valiant. But it's still cool regardless. I do think some of the Pokemon shown there, such as Dragalge and Clawitzer, are definitely going to get Mega Evolutions. We do find out in this trailer why it is called Legends ZA. This game, still right there. I guarantee you there's a ride mon. It'll probably be a Mega like all the other ride mons. I'm guessing. Maybe not. That you're holding on to. I doubt that it's a jump. Who knows? But I am very excited for these starters, however mixed match they are. Totodile all the way. It takes place entirely in Lumio City. I will say right here, we get some really good confirmation of Pansear. And if you don't know, they're in the Pokemon games on the Switch, there have only been a certain amount of Pokemon that you can acquire throughout them. Of course, they do go throughout different regions, stuff like that. We have Kanto, Galar, Sinnoh, Hisui, and then Paldea. And then Kitakami and technically part of Unova, but that's really just Blueberry Academy in the DLC for Scarlet and Violet. But throughout the entire DLC, or the entire lifespan of the Switch, the Pokemon games that we've had on it, there have been a small number of Pokemon that we have not been able to obtain in any of these games. Those include Patrat and its evolution, Furfrou, and the Elemental Monkeys. And today, after the last trailer revealing Patrat and Furfrou, we got confirmation of Pansear, which means it's safe to assume that Pampor and Pansage will also be in this game, which means the last game on the Pokemon, or what I assume to be the last game, Pokemon game on the Switch, Legends ZA will now make it so that all 1,025, barring any new Pokemon, will be obtainable on the Nintendo Switch through a Pokemon game native to this console. We'll continue this. I did see all the leaks with the Mega Evolutions and everything. I don't want to spoil too much. It's a given we're getting Megas at this point. It's a new game with them. But I'm interested to see where this game goes. Yeah, enough said. We'll get back to the trailer. Skiddo, Malamar. I love how the Pokemon are just walking around. This game looks so good compared to Scarlet and Violet for some reason. The art style is a mix between, in my opinion, Scarlet and Violet and the one that they used in Sun and Moon through Legends ZA. They do give a rundown here about the wild zones and my boy Slowpoke and all the different megas. There's Patrat. Shows the catching animation, how the Pokemon show up in the bottom left, the map in the top left, Pokeball in the middle, all that kind of stuff. It shows battle quite a bit. I do enjoy seeing more into the UI. I like how they have Pokemon in nature interacting with the environment, such as Spinarak right there, hanging from the tree. The Flabebe and Floette and the flowers. Like, it's the small things, you know? You can find a Nene and Spuba. And a Pidgey. That Steelix looks so good, though. Like, compared to past games, like the shiny skin, I guess it's called, shell. And then here, it's going to show what was teased in the last trailer in the Pokemon Presents last month at the end with a night where it said battle happening or something along those lines. It shows that at night, we essentially get thrown in the fucking Pokemon gulag. Like, oh, nighttime. Everyone is going to battle. Here we go. Yeah, so there's Furfrou, Crocodile, Florges, Pansage. Here we go. Type disadvantage. There we go with the bite. It shows more about the Mega Evolution stuff in this trailer, I believe. Like it being used. Right. Oh, wait. I do want to point out the Gengar down here. I like the little icons. The Gengar's sitting there with his tongue out. He's out there all happy, confused looking, I guess. And then Ampharos is just there. I will be using Ampharos on my team, without a doubt. It does show off Mega Evolutions. We got Alakazam. It shows him going. I don't believe it shows any others. You got more Pokemon down here. Gyarados with his mouth open, Malamar, Ariados. We get in this the names, the default names for the protagonists. Harmony is the female one. What we'll do at night is we will go through, do these different battles. The promotion matches, like it said in the previous trailer, or I guess Battle Zone is just normal battles. It could be battling your friends. Who knows? I doubt that a game like this, focused on battles, won't let you battle your friends. We do have the rank up from Z to Y. You'll go all the way to A. There's a bunch of memes about this guy saying that he wants to get rid of all forms of transportation except for C. Yeah, he'll reach rank A, get rid of taxis. Like they just said in the trailer, if you reach rank A, you get a wish. So I'm assuming that has something to do with Zygarde or a new legendary or whatever, but we'll find out. Yeah, hold a marathon, phones, butting heads. We're almost towards the end, but it does show a little more gameplay and a little montage right here. And there's AZ with Floette, and here's Zygarde running. And then right here is what is interesting to me. It shows something over here. I'm assuming that there's going to be the Mega Evolution. It's a Mega Evolution happening. Could be Zygarde, could be whatever. Comes out late 2025. Notice how it says late. There is another game in this direct that specifies holiday 2025. So I'm assuming this will be before October? I'm assuming August. I could be wrong. We'll find out. He just shows more about them. They did announce a new Rhythm Heaven. A lot of people I know are excited for this. I've never played a Rhythm Heaven. I know, sue me. This next announcement is probably one of the biggest non-gaming announcements that I've heard in recent times. We'll just dive right into it. Very excited for this, by the way. So you have game cartridges, you put them in your Switch. I do it all the time. You could swap them with your friends. That's what they're explaining here. You swap the games. I have a lot of digital games. I have a good amount of games on my shelf up here. A lot of digital game or a lot of physical games up here. I have a good amount of digital games as well. My biggest gripe with sharing games is I can't share my digital games. I can share my physical games very easily if my friends are living in the same city as me at the time or anything like that, but I can't share my digital games until now. What they're revealing right now is a way to share. Cool animation. Pop. There we go. It is a digital virtual or a virtual game card. So basically, if you here, so digital games can be loaded onto a console in the same way that you would load, just put in a cartridge essentially. We'll talk a little more on this later. We're just gonna skip through it. It does show a good, or no, we'll go through it now, and then go through the website in a little bit. So what you'll do is you'll see it here. You won't have to. Virtual game card added. So basically you'll get this notification once your friends go on their Switch and give it to you. And there'll be a little icon in the bottom that'll show you all the games. Yeah, it'll show. You'll log in, this user's virtual games. Here we go. You can put them into the console by clicking on them. Quick load on this system. Boop, here we go. I wonder if there will be a limit to how many virtual games you can load, but we'll see about that. It shows just as a normal game. Like they're all clicked in, loading on a second system. So they do mention that this feature will also be on the Nintendo Switch. We'll get to that at some point. This is the OLED and the Switch. Yeah, there we go. It works. So you just move them over. It also works with, they mention it here, which is going to be really nice. You can lend to family group members. So what you'll do is if you have people in a family group, like I have some friends that I share my Nintendo Switch Online with in a family group within the family plan. So we all pay less than it's 50 for one person, but it's 80 for everyone. You know the prices. You probably have it. But we all split the family group. We pay $10 each. And we pay like basically nothing to get all the extra bonuses that come with Nintendo Switch Online. So now we can share our games digitally as well as physically, which is really nice. And I'm assuming with this family plan, you will also be able to do it over, like, not locally. The other one I'm assuming is locally. It showed the two Switches next to each other. This one is showing the little connectivity thing between them. There we go. You could do local or online through family, I'm assuming. Right here, you lend it out to them over family. It's going to be really nice. I'm very excited for this feature. Okay, so within 14 days it comes back. One game at a time to a person, and they come back after 2 weeks. All right. Save data does not get deleted, though. That's very good to know. Right here, save data doesn't get erased. So I'm assuming you could lend out a game. They play it for 2 weeks. If it takes longer than 2 weeks, then lend it back. They can play it again with the same data. But yeah, this is a really big thing. Not gonna lie. There we go. That's where the Switch 2 mention is. And it will launch late April. Key thing here is that they don't mention it'll launch on the Switch in late April. It'll launch on the Switch 2 at a later date. It'll launch at both late April. They just say it'll launch in late April. So we don't know. They kind of left that open-ended for what'll be going on. Here we have some different things. High on Life is coming to the Switch. Pretty funny game. I played it a quick minute ago. Didn't think too much of it. Star Overdrive. There's just some shovelware. King of Meat, Blues Lagoon, Fantasy Life I, different games. All right, and then they go through here. Saga Frontier 2 Remastered is coming to the Switch. I'll probably pick that up. That'll be interesting. I've never played it before. Here we go. Monument Valley 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch. These look really interesting. I've never played these. I think these are new. I don't know if they're remastered or not. But they also announced that the third one comes out this summer. And then Everyone's Golf Hot Shots, that's coming out. I saw that. Looks pretty interesting. This last reveal made me think of Streets of Rage, or more specifically, the Simpsons arcade game. I forget the exact title of it, but I play it at the arcade bar near my house quite often. It is a Marvel one. Got Captain America. It's got the old comic-y, old 60s animation, 80s animation graphics. Got Nova, Quasar, Captain America, Spider-Man. This looks really good. I'm definitely going to be playing this. And the fun part is, I mean, you can swap between your two characters, but it'll show it in a second. You can also play with up to, yeah, there's Storm. It'll show it in a second. This game does look pretty good. You can play with up to 4 people. It's showing right now. Definitely going to be picking this up. Looks very fun. Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Now, this is what I mentioned earlier about a game saying it'll be available holiday 25 as opposed to late 2025. Could be that they're using different verbiage on purpose because they mean different release dates. Also could mean that the Pokemon company wanted them to say fall, or yeah, fall. We don't know. It's one of the two. And then here we have the big announcement for the Direct. I personally am very, 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 very excited for this. I know a lot of my friends were kind of like, meh. It is what it is. This game has not had a game come out in over 10 years since the 3DS entry. So here it is. I thought at first that it was like an Animal Crossing. I'm like, oh shit, another Animal Crossing on the Switch? Oh shit. An Animal Crossing DLC, maybe? This kind of just gave it away. If you're watching, you probably know what this is. Tamagotchi Life for the Switch. Absolutely insane, and I am so excited. Miitopia was super fun. I played that back when that came out, and you got this little homie right here breakdancing. Love it. They're throwing shit at each other. So fun. I'm so excited for this. This has kind of been on my personal... Living the dream is what I'm going to be doing when this game comes out. But this has been on my personal wish list for the Switch 2. Very, very excited for this game to launch. And then this, I was like, oh shoot. She's giant. Very excited. But yeah, so they go over that a little bit, talk about it, be like, oh, this game hasn't had an entry in over 10 years, as if we didn't know already. Most people don't, but I did. And then the last thing they announced was they have Miyamoto come out and say, oh, hey, guess what? Thanks for watching the Direct. Since... Here, just watch it from him. Boom! I already have it. Yeah, so it's actually really helpful. There's different ways that you can put yeah, it's really cool. Like it's got the World of Zelda. The Switch 2 Direct will be on here. If I don't have a way to screen share it that I figured out yet for my phone, or else I would have done some Pokemon Go stuff. But there is a way that you can... Wait, where's that? We'll go to next month. It is in the calendar. The Switch 2 Direct. It also does show different things on the calendar from different events I mean live events. Like here, it shows today, the 27th, that we had a Nintendo Direct, and then the Tyranitar event for Scarlet and Violet, and then now Bunga's Adventure and some other games were put onto the SNES. Does look really helpful. I haven't found a way to sync it to my actual iPhone calendar, but you have to go into the settings for the calendar up here, if I can click it, and then go down to games, and it will list all the different games that you can turn on. There's a bunch like Mario Kart Tour, F-Zero 99, Fire Emblem Heroes, Super Mario Run. I currently only have Scarlet and Violet, Splatoon 3, Animal Crossing, and Super Smash Bros. Turned on because that's all I really need. But it's really cool that, I mean, it launched today. I'm assuming this is what Iwata was building up to. I've been watching the Nintendo Directs for the Switch since they started, but Nintendo Directs in general since they begun when Iwata was doing them prior to his passing. And the fact that the Switch 2 is coming out next week with its own Direct, and this is the final Nintendo Switch Direct, has been really bittersweet for me, being someone who has literally... I'm on my second Switch because I got my Switch on launch, and I've used it so much to the point where back in 2023 it died, and thankfully I was able to get my save data off. But this console has meant so much to me throughout my life and the amount of life that I've lived while it's been a thing. So I'm very excited to see what the Switch 2 brings in the future. But like I said, I'm very excited for the Nintendo Switch 2 to be revealed next week, and it has been an absolutely crazy ride with the Switch. So I hope you guys all enjoyed and are as excited for these games to come out as I am, to close out the Switch's life cycle before the Switch 2 is announced next week and launches soon after that. I will be live for that. I will be having a live stream and then post the highlights as a reaction video come Wednesday. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a good one.